Hello, everybody. This is Carla, and before I start with the review, I just want to warn you that I've been a little sick lately, so my throat can get a little raspy maybe as I go. So I hope you forgive me for that. But anyway, I'm here to do a little binge report on season 2 of the AXN show Crossing Lines. Um, I have to say, I really wish more people could watch this show. And I know they don't because it's not really on TV in the United States, so it's mostly European audiences. But you can find it on Netflix, I think, and you can find it on Amazon. Um, and I think it more people should watch this show because it's really good. I really loved season 2. I liked it even more than season 1, and I did like season 1 a fair bit. And this is one of those shows where, yeah, okay, you as someone who's lived in Europe, and I don't know if many people outside of Europe understand how it works, but yeah, you kind of get that the whole ICC, investigative team thing is really a big stretch. It's just never gonna happen. Once you get past that hang up, it's actually quite a good show, a good procedural too. The cases they have are intense. There's always high stakes. It's I've heard it called CSI Europe around the internet, like on Tumblr and stuff, because it really feels. I mean, they don't focus as much on the CSI part, on like the analyzing the crime scene and stuff. It's more deduction, I guess, but it's really good. The cases are intense. The characters are great. One of the things I love the most about season 2 is that they finally, like, all the storylines, the character storylines, the arcs that they set up in season 1, they finally paid off in season 2. And that for me was really great because we got to learn more about Sebastian, we got to learn more about Ava, we got to learn more about Tommy, we got to see their families, their backgrounds, what makes them tick. We don't know much about Arabella, but I liked Arabella. I hope that we get to see more of her in season 3, because I would like to see where she comes from, what she's about, really. I think she's a great character. I'm a little disappointed again, like I was last time, that they kind of just dropped Anne-Marie out unceremoniously for no reason. I mean, they just killed her off, and that's it. But I liked how that affected the team. Because it wasn't just like, oh, she died and we never mentioned her again. No, they did mention her quite a few times. And I thought that was very interesting. And just I really loved, because it's such a short season, unlike normal US TV shows that are like 23, 24 episodes per season. First season was just 10, second season was just 12. So in essence, it's like you're setting up stuff that you won't really get to solve in one season, but you solve it in the next one. And I just really enjoyed that. I thought the cases, most of them were very interesting, very high stakes. There were, I don't know, maybe a couple that I didn't like the one about the actress who was being threatened by the cult. That was weird. But most of the others were really great. I liked, particularly the one about the cyberbullying. That was very interesting, because, again, it didn't necessarily end in a positive matter necessarily. I mean, they couldn't charge the girl with anything, and it's a good commentary on what our laws allow people to do that isn't right. I mean, laws are not moral, they're just laws. So I thought it was very interesting that in the end, they caught the girl, but they can't do anything to her because it's technically what she did is not illegal, even though it's horrible. So I liked that one. I liked, like, all the last few cases were really interesting, like from the Tommy one, with his family. That was, I had no idea. I mean, I know he was Irish. I knew he was Irish. And I kind of have an idea, that what Northern Ireland and Ireland are to, like, the United Kingdom and the British intentions there, but I didn't necessarily know that what the Irish travelers were. So hey, I learn something new. Yay. I have no idea. I mean, you think of traveling people, you think of the Romani, but that's pretty much all there is outside of the UK. Like, I wouldn't know. I lived in Europe, but not enough to learn that kind of stuff. I was never in the UK or in Ireland, so I didn't know there were other traveling groups, not really. So that was interesting. The whole thing with Ava and her father, that was... I mean, you had to know something like that was going to come up, because there's no way her parents are just dead, but I wish they had just told us what was going on. And I especially like the case of the Camino de Santiago, because I have a friend who this year just went and walked the Camino, and I think it's very interesting, and again, it poses the question of religion and what sometimes other people... what people do to other people in the name of religion, and how wrong it can be. So I thought that was very interesting and very believable. And I don't know, I really liked the cases in this season. I liked that they brought back Genovese, because, come on, he was too good a character to just let go of. I love that they got freaking Trinity to come guest spot on their show, and that she's Hickman's girlfriend, and oh my god, Amanda was so awesome. I love her. I mean, Carrie-Anne Moss is just like one of those icons to me. She was so great. She totally made the season for me. Well, she and Ray Stevenson, who played Inspector Lennon. Ray Stevenson, and I've said this everywhere. I mean, I think I said it on Twitter, I've said it on Tumblr, I've said it everywhere. Ray Stevenson is a national treasure. Okay, that man can make anything better just by being there. And he was so great as Lennon, that the moment I saw him, I was floored. I was like, okay, this is going to be the best season ever, because he was really great. And I liked his conflict with Tommy. I like that he's not perfect. I mean, he's a great investigator, but he's also racist. So, you know, it's a complex character to play. And it's not like he doesn't have reasons to hold grudges. He has, but it's still not right. And I'm glad that Dorn called him out on it. So it was interesting. I liked what they did with Rebecca, because last season, you know, it all came out that it wasn't Louis' fault that that their son had gotten killed. It was actually Rebecca who the man was targeting, or who the man wanted to hurt. And I was wondering if they were just going to have her like fade, but I like that they brought her up. I like that she went back to her job in prosecuting these people, because she doesn't necessarily have to feel guilty her whole life about her son, but she can do better. She can help other people, put other people in jail that are killing innocents. So I thought that was interesting, even though they kind of dropped her halfway through. Like, she was there in the first few episodes of the season, and then like in the second half she just wasn't there at all. So maybe work a little bit more on that, but I guess not, since now Louis is dead and we're all freaking crying. I mean, what the heck is with this show, man? In the previous season, they left us with all these cliffhangers, and then the first episode of the season, it really felt like a season finale. So that was kind of a shock to my system in a way, because I'm like, well, why couldn't this episode just be the last of the previous season? No, they had to solve it in this first episode. It felt like a season finale so much, and I guess they're going to do the same in this one, because they left us so many cliffhangers, and it really sucks, because I haven't seen season 3 yet, but I've seen promos for season 3, and I know there's some kind of big shakeup, and I know that some or most of the characters aren't coming back, so now I'm probably not going to know what happened to Ava. I don't believe she's dead, by the way. I think she's too badass to die. I think I have a whole headcanon for that. You know, I have it all panned out in my mind, so I'm, you know, pretty certain she's not dead. I'm not going to cry for her. It really sucks about Louis, on the one hand, but on the other hand, it kind of makes me feel better, because in the first season, they killed off two main characters, and they were both women, so I was kind of a little iffy. I'm like, are they going to keep killing all the women? That's also part of the reason why I don't think Ava's dead. But now they killed Louis, which I'm sad about, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, he's not a woman. That is good. So I didn't like that they killed him off like so unceremoniously, and they didn't even show us that woman being caught. I mean, she just walked away. What the heck, man? I hope they caught her. I guess I can just assume that Hickman is just going to go back to New York or something. We're probably never going to find out if Hickman and Tommy had that talk about the tiger and what happened there, because Tommy isn't coming back either, and I don't know. I mean, it kind of sucked. It kind of sucked that they just left it all hanging, and I probably won't get any resolution this time around because of the shakeup. But man, that was a finale. That felt like a finale. That's all I can say. So I guess I'm just going to wrap this up and say that I really liked this season. In fact, as soon as I finished watching the last episode, I kind of rushed off to the internet to look for fan fiction because I need something to satisfy my curiosity of what happened after. And I think that's kind of the best, the biggest compliment I can give him, because I was so eager to know what happens next that I just couldn't wait to keep watching the next season. I just had to go and read something right then and there. So I really loved it. I love these characters. I love them so much. I love Tommy. He is so great. I love Ava. I love Sebastian. All of them are so great, even the ones that are dead now. I'm still kind of iffy on Dorn. I mean, I think he's a great guy. I just don't know that they actually give him enough to do. But he was much better about it this season than the previous one. Because the previous season was just like, oh, I am doing secret spy things, and I'm trying to get information from, back streets and stuff like that. And then he didn't really do anything in the last episode. In this one, he started off pretty well. I mean, come on, Donald Sutherland walking off from that explosion, how badass was that? He is badass. So he was better about it this season. I like that he was calling people out. Oh man, the team was so... I like that they felt more like a team this time around, rather than just people thrown together because of their job. I mean, they really felt like a family, and I think that was an overarching theme of the entire season. It's like family, okay? Even when your real family is all screwed up, and your previous life is all screwed up, these people are going to have your back no matter what. And it really felt like that. They felt like a team. They felt like a unit. I loved that episode when Dorn was calling Sebastian out about the gambling thing, and all the others were like, yeah, I gave him the money. Like all three of them or something. It's like, yeah, I totally gave him the money. You don't have to take it against him, whatever. That was so adorable to me, and I love that in the end it was Louis who actually gave him the money. I mean, that was priceless, okay? That's it. It really filled me with such joy, because I truly have come to feel these people are a team, which is going to hurt more in the next season when they actually are all gone, but I will handle it somehow. And I really liked this season. I really enjoyed it. Also, what the heck, writers, did you have to make me start shipping Eva and Tommy like 3 episodes before the ending? Come on, not 3 episodes, maybe 4, because I think it all started with the cupcake thing. But I shipped them hardcore now, and damn, I didn't need more ships, but it happened, so whatever. Again, that's what fan fiction is for. I will go and read and satisfy my shipness, and I'll just continue writing. Continue watching later on. So, yeah, overall, great season. I wish more people were watching this show, because it's really great once you get past the idea that this is a situation that Europe would never let happen. But I think it's really good. I love that they finally went and delved deeper into the characters' pasts, their families, their defects. It's less superficial now, and they really feel like they have connected as a team, which for me is basically everything. So yeah, that's about it For me, in this binge report, as usual, I encourage you to visit our website at thegeekypub.com. We have reviews not just for the previous season of Crossing Lines, but also for other TV shows, books, movies, games. We have a ton of stuff in there, so be sure to visit and browse around. You'll find something you like, I'm sure of it. And also, if you guys want to be notified as soon as our new reviews go up, then you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because that's usually where they go up first. Even before they hit the website, they go on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And that's about it from me now. I will see you guys in my next review. Bye.